Hi, my name is Sherry Sloan, and I'm here to show you how to use Canvas, a learning management system by Instructure. We have so far looked over everything, and we have created your classes, and now we're going to today create a self-grading quiz, and then we're going to create a quiz that has open-ended questions that you'll have to grade on your own. I have the most experience with the self-graded quizzes, but I know that I can muddle through the other kind as well. So let's get going. So go ahead and open the class that you want to put your quiz in. By the way, notice that all of mine are unpublished at this time. When I'm ready to, I can publish my courses. And I'm going to put my quiz in Advertising Design. And to do that, I'm going to come over to Quizzes. And I have no quizzes available, but I'm going to plus quiz, create a quiz. So here we have some details on the quiz itself. So all this stuff opens up. This is not the quiz questions yet. This is the introduction to the quiz. So I'm going to call this And then in the quiz instructions, this is a multiple choice quiz. You have unlimited attempts to take this quiz. Feel free to search for answers on the internet. Okay, all right, so there's some information for my students, but we can make this look a little bit better. I mean, we are dealing with children, so I tend to like to make things a little happier looking. So I'm going to, first of all, make all of this text bigger. I'm going to center it. Oops, that was bolder. Let me make it bigger. Maybe a little bigger. And then I want to call out the fact that they have unlimited attempts to take the quiz. So I'm going to highlight that, and then I'm going to also highlight the fact that I do want them to search for answers. And there we go. Okay, now the details of the actual quiz. This is a graded quiz. I don't have assignments group for this class yet. If I did have a quiz section, I could put it under quizzes. For those of you who are weighing your grades, that's where this will go. I like to shuffle my answers, and the reason is because if I have two kids sitting next to each other taking the same quiz, I just don't want them looking at each other's screens. I know I have the ability to have them look up the answers, but it does teach them more to look up the answers as opposed to just cheating on the next door neighbors. Now, you can set a time limit. You can say you have 30 minutes to take this quiz. You can do that. I like to allow multiple attempts, and you can say how many attempts that they get, and the score to keep is the latest score, the average score, or the highest. I always choose the highest, so that allows my students a few chances to take the same quiz and get 100. Let students see their quiz responses. Incorrect questions will be marked in the student feedback. I do let them see their incorrect answers. However, I don't let them see the correct answers. Because they have multiple attempts to take the same quiz, I feel that they should find their own correct answers. And I like to show only one question at a time. Again, if they're sitting side by side, I like them to not be cheating off each other. And then lock questions after answering. I don't usually do that, but that means that once they've answered it, they can't go back and change the answer. I don't know. You can require an access code, etc. I don't ever do that. And I'm not going to set a due date right now. So for now, I'm just going to save it. Notice we don't have any quiz questions yet. We have just set up the quiz. So now let's set up the quiz questions. If I go to Edit, and here's the questions. And so now I'm going to add my first question. Now, you can, this part right here where it says the word question, you can give a title to each question. This actually comes in handy sometimes. So I'm going to call this question colors. And in here is where you're going to put your quiz question. Now there is my quiz question. Again, I like to have things just a little bit bigger, maybe because my eyesight isn't so great anymore. I don't know, but I like to make it a little bit bigger. Okay, now down here in this top part, you're going to put the correct answer. You could actually put the correct answer anyway. You just indicate it with the green arrow which one is the correct answer. So I'm going to go ahead and put my answers. And I only want to have 3 answers. So what do I do with this 4th slot? You'll notice a garbage can over here, and I can just go ahead and click the garbage can. I now only have 3 answers. This is the correct answer. Now, these little blocks down here, this is what you can put if the student gets this answer. You can say, hey, good job, and that will pop up for them. If they get the wrong answer, you can give them some feedback as to why that is the wrong answer. But I'm going to go ahead and update the question. Now, here's the place where I've messed up so many times. If you leave the quiz right now, it's not going to save it. It only saved that question, and it's still not really saved until you click on this save. So when you're done with your quiz questions, when you're ready to walk away, you need to make sure you do this second save. So I'm going to go ahead and click that for now. All right, I'm going to go back in and edit my quiz. I have a couple more questions here, and I want to also show you how to put a question in that has an image to look at. All right, so here we go. Questions. Oh, and notice how my question is worth 1 point. You can change that as well. So if you want this question to be worth more than 1 point, you can do so right here. All right, so I'm going to choose a new question. And this one, I'm going to give the title of the students never see that title. So you can actually put the answer in the title. They'll never see it. It's just for you. So again, I have only 3 answers. So again, I'm going to delete this last answer here. And my correct answer is actually this one here, not the top one. So I'm going to go ahead and change this one to my correct answer by clicking on the green arrow. And I'm going to update the question. Now I am going to save it just because I've learned the hard way that it's just better to save things. And I'm going to edit again and put in my 3rd question. Okay, time to create a question that has an image in it. So I'm going to go ahead and put my own little reminder there. The students will never see that. And now we're not going to do a multiple choice. This time we're going to do a multiple answers. And I am going to put all right, so there is the question for them, but now I want to put in an image. And I'm just going to skip a little bit of space, go ahead and click this image, and it says upload image, and I'm going to grab that image from here. I really want this one. Let's see if it'll work. It was not working earlier. Oh, there we go. Okay. The alternative text is for people who do not have vision. Sometimes I do that, especially when I'm making a website, I do that. It helps with SEO. And that's it. Click submit. And now they have the image there with it. And you're like, man, that's a huge image. That's okay. You can make it smaller. Okay, so what are their answers going to be? Remember, we can have many correct answers. So we're going to okay, so these are the correct answers. This is not a correct answer, and I don't have a third answer. I'm going to discard that. I'm going to update my question. And there it is. Remember, you have to click Save in order to save your quiz. Okay, so I have completed my quiz. I have 5 points, 5 questions. I can preview my quiz, and preview means I'm going to take the quiz. I can see that there's 5 questions. I'm going to see one question at a time, just like my students. How many colors should a logo have? Notice I can submit my quiz anytime I want. I'm going to do the next one wrong, just so you can see what that looks like. And I'm actually going to change the point value of this because I want them to make sure that they click on 2 things and then next. And my last one. And now I can submit the quiz. And now I immediately, as the student, well, I would have my score here. This is a preview version of the quiz, so I would have my score here. But notice how below, oh, I got 3 out of 5 right. I only meant to get 1 wrong. Oh, see, I'm glad I previewed it because this is the correct answer, so I did that wrong when I set up the quiz. So let me go ahead and fix that. So I'm going to edit my quiz. And that's why it's good to label your questions, because I know that that is the branding question. And let me go ahead and edit this and make the correct answer here. Let me update this question, and I want to change the point value on this one. So I'm going to make that 2 points. And then I'm going to update that question, and then I'm going to save everything. And now I have a 5-question quiz worth 6 points. And that is how you have a self-grading quiz. It will grade it for you. Okay, I don't really use open-ended questions much, but let me go ahead and show you more question options when it comes to making these quizzes. Now, there's several here. File upload question, I will often ask students to upload a photo of something like a logo that is not a good logo. I already had that in a previous question though. You can have an essay question, a formula question, I guess that's for math people, a numerical answer, matching, that's kind of fun, especially with vocabulary. It's not as beautiful as you would think though, but it's still good. Multiple drop downs that they can have for each question, multiple answers I already showed you, fill in multiple blanks, fill in one blank, and true and false. So there's all different kinds of questions that you can put in there. You can have several different kinds of questions in there, and the computer will automatically grade the ones that are easy to grade. Obviously, the computer cannot grade subjective questions. So that in that way, you would have to go through and grade them yourself. And I'll show you more about that in a future video. So that is it with adding quizzes. Oh, and let me show you how to add it to one of your modules. So let me get out of here. I'm going to go over to my dashboard. And here's where I put the quiz that we made earlier. Now you'll notice I don't have any modules yet. So my first module for this class is going to be and I'm going to add the module. Okay, so now in here I want to put the quiz that I made. My quiz is saved, it's under quizzes, but to add it to my module I can go ahead and add the plus symbol right here, and I come to quizzes and I see logo lesson 1 quiz, add the item. Now I can indent it if I want, and I'll show you what I mean by indenting in a moment. So right now, see how it's lined up with Unit 1? If you indent it, it will move in. You can do it from here as well. Increase indent, and so see how it moved in a little bit? I actually don't like that for now. And that is your quiz in with your class, and if you go to grades, you will see that you now have in your grade book your first grade. And there it is, lesson 1 quiz. It's unpublished. I don't have any student names yet, so I can't do anything with that. And that is how you have a quiz, how you add it to your class. I guess I'll see you in the next video. In the next video, we're going to add an assignment. So far we've added a quiz, and now we're going to add an assignment. See you in the next video.